PhD.
Thank you.
I apologize for that.
It will come someday. Yeah.
It will come, eh? It means it's in the offing.
That's fine. Yeah.
It's in the offing. All right. Congratulations to you in advance. Before your PhD graduation happens. But in the meantime, because I see that you don't have time, I'd wanted Solo to react, but I'll leave that for him so that we can get for you. Look, how practicable, and then also by way of precedence, as we have it within our jurisprudence, is it possible that for any argument to be made or canvassed, that the removed Chief Justice, Gertrude Torkoono, could still practice as a member of the Supreme Court and not necessarily the presiding?
It's a zero chance. Zero chance. There's absolutely a zero. There's absolutely no chance. Anybody who makes such an argument is being farcical. It's a joke. It's the most, hilarious joke I've ever seen. Listen, let's do it this way. By Article 128, etc., a justice of a Supreme Court has to have integrity and not be involved in moral turpitude. You think that 367,000 Ghana cedis were lost because Justice Torkoono signed for Pendream, for husband and then daughter, and the tickets are a joke. You know how many millions of citizens don't earn up to even 100,000 Ghana cedis the whole year? There are millions and millions and millions and millions of our citizens who don't earn 100,000 cedis the whole year. So when a Chief Justice takes such money for her daughter, when a Chief Justice takes, that's a $10,000, it's more than 100,000 Ghana. When a Chief Justice takes $6,000 for her husband, which is more than 60,000 Ghana, etc., don't call that a joke. When a Chief Justice also allows the daughter to travel with her when it is not part of Article 71, conditions of service of the Chief Justice, it is not a joke. Huge constitutional breach. When a Chief Justice allows the husband to travel on the public purse, which is not allowed under Article 71, that is not joke. It's a huge breach of the Constitution. Let's stop kidding ourselves. You see, those who are pushing this argument that she can go and serve on the Supreme Court, you see, unfortunately, what they're doing is that because they keep pushing the argument too far, then we are forced to make arguments that we erode totally, okay, or leave next to nothing the integrity and moral turpitude of the Chief Justice. This thing should stop. It's as if we are in a banana republic. Anybody comes and just wants to say anything. It's not a joke. You know, you look at the millions of citizens who wake up, go to work every day, the whole year, they don't get 100,000. You take this in $10,000, which at the lowest will be 105,000. And if you look at the time, 2023, that was happening. You know, in the year 2023, we had the dollar not less than 13 Ghana. So you had 14, etc. You take such huge sums of money to give your daughter. You take such huge sums of money to give your husband. You take such huge sums of money to get business class ticket for your daughter, tickets for your husband. And somebody comes to say, oh, this is a joke. Please, 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 let's stop that. Rather, with every day that we keep discussing this topic, then it is the integrity of the Chief Justice that is being eroded. The more this topic is being discussed, then the more even you raise public anger. Is that how the Chief Justice behaved with our public purse? That's why I said, this, if we are not careful, you even do it, somebody will take the criminal aspect of this case on. Because it's a crime as well, abuse of public office. Check the Act 29. Using public office for private gain. That's corruption. Corruption. So please, this you see, I appreciate devil's advocate, but not this type of thing. Which court in this country or anywhere in this world will allow a Chief Justice who has taken our money and used it anyhow like this to continue in office as a Supreme Court judge? Why? What kind of logic is this? Please, let's stop. When you push the argument, you are just rather creating more trouble and eroding the integrity of the Chief Justice, because the more we discuss it, and then the more the ordinary citizens also engage in the conversation, then the more it becomes clear that our public purse has just been used anyhow. Like they say, Oga de chop am nyafu nyafu nyafu.
Oga de what?
Chop am nyafu nyafu nyafu. Look, Oga de chop am nyafu nyafu.
Oga de chop am nyafu nyafu?
Yes.
I see.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very well. But if that is the position you hold, and you seem to be trumpeting this very consistently, then does it mean that the response in opposition to that affidavit by the Attorney General seems to be in the right state or posture?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the Attorney General, if it is the one we saw yesterday night, what the Attorney General is saying is that what the Chief Justice wants in the High Court cannot be done. It will involve a constitutional interpretation. So if that is so, the High Court judge should refer the matter to the Supreme Court, because when it comes to interpretation of the Constitution, it is the Supreme Court that has that mandate, and it's exclusive. The rest of the courts don't interpret. Interpret means give meaning. But rather, what the rest of the courts do is that when the provision is very clear, that's the part of the Constitution in contention. When it is very clear, or where the Supreme Court has given many interpretations on that provision, which has made it clear, then the smaller courts will apply it. Yes, when I say smaller, the High Court is smaller, relative to the Supreme Court. But by all means, the High Court is a big court. But when it comes to relativity, it is small compared to the Supreme Court. Okay. So the point is that what Justice Torkoono is looking for, we had said it, that no, it cannot be done in the High Court. She essentially wants an interpretation of the Constitution, and that interpretation can only be done in the Supreme Court. So it's good that Justice Remsai, the Deputy Attorney General, has applied to the High Court. So now the High Court most probably will agree and then refer that part of the case to the Supreme Court. So that means after some months, you see that the people will now, that's the Justice Torkoono and her lawyers, and then the Attorney General would then appear in the Supreme Court, because the High Court would have made the order that that part, interpretation, should go to the Supreme Court. Yeah. Then they will appear in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court will go through the processes and then give a ruling. Then based upon it, then they will return back to the High Court and use what the Supreme Court has said to dispose of the case. Okay. So that's the right thing. Okay. But please, let's stop this. Look, the way we are pushing this argument that nothing was done, these are trifles, please. It tells you that we are not serious about protecting the public purse. There is a case, the Akroma DC versus Attorney General, and then Dafia Mepo versus Attorney General. That is a case in which this Akroma DC went to court that presidential spouses, that's the first lady and second lady, should not be paid any allowances, etc., from the consolidated fund. And the Supreme Court said yes, and it was Justice Torkoono who was leading. You see, because the argument is that, and that's right, under Article 71, when you open to 71, you not see the terms and conditions. But what you see is that it makes provision for a committee to be set up to propose terms and conditions. Then the president would accept or reject those terms. Okay. Now, under Article 71, through it, we've had the Professor Miranda Greenstreet report, suggesting, making proposal for emoluments, conditions of service of MPs, etc. And then Then from there, even if not in a certain order, we had the Irama Ade, also a professor at University of Ghana. Irama Ade report, Professor Irama Ade. Then we had the Buando report, also another professor. All of them, is a coincidence that they are all female professors, right? So we've had all these reports. The point is that these reports that were made pursuant to Article 71, they don't give any chance for a Chief Justice to take money for her husband or take money for her daughter, etc. That is it. So it's a constitutional breach. So please, those saying that this is trifle, it was just done on political lines or it was just political witch hunt. Sorry, if the Chief Justice hadn't done those, would there have been grounds to remove her? I mean, I can, yeah. So the main thing is that if the Chief Justice hadn't breached the rules, would the petitioners have found grounds to go to the president, and then the president through the Council of State, etc., for the committee to be set up?
Martin Kpebu, thank you very much for your own, again, explanation to what you have observed so far. Martin Kpebu, a.k.a. Ogadi Chopam Nyafu Nyafu, this morning. Wishing you all the best for the day. But it's quite interesting how he takes the narrative and then also explains it. But at the end of the day, we have... she's still sitting on the Council of State, abstaining from the voting, we're told, but again has made public commentary in that instructive interaction with Joseph Akable. And we're talking about Justice Sophia Kufu, who says that, well, trivialities, this one is small matter, looking at the office in itself. And she's looking at the broader context of the office and the kind of example or precedent, as they say it in law, that is set for us as a republic, as a political or democratic dispensation. And so that even canvasses fortuitously this argument that she could still remain in the Supreme Court, so to speak.
Roland, let me begin by reminding the Office of the Special Prosecutor that the petition that I sent to him concerning the former Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, I'm keenly awaiting the response of it.
What's in the petition?
He is saying that he bought or he donated more than 300 pickups, brand new pickups to the MPP campaign. I am keenly following it. And to those of you who are there threatening my life, let me assure you that I will follow this petition to its logical conclusion.
Your life has been threatened?
Oh, a lot of them, but it's funny. They don't know. You see, the mere fact that you have a very funny face, when you move, that's not you are stubborn than anybody. Are you with me? So the Office of the Special Prosecutor must not dilly-dally with this petition. It is so dear and it goes to the core of our democracy. If we will be able to deal with the issues of monetization, then this forms the foundation of it. Secondly, you spoke about Madam Sophia Ekufu.
Because she canvassed a position.
I'm happy to announce to you also that she will be the next person that I will petition to be removed from the Council of State.
Why?
Breaching of oath of secrecy. What she has done is so dangerous, it must never be encouraged in this country. And I'm serving notice to her that I will go after her. We need to rid this country of such people. She has occupied the position of the Chief Justice of this country before. If you go to the Council of State, she is in charge of the legal, constitutional, and petitions committee. She has it. Every petition that goes to the Council of State, it goes to her first. She took part in the consultation with the president to establish the prima facie case. You knew all the issues surrounding it. How on earth would you then turn and go back to the committee?
Oh, so are you saying as a Chief Justice, I am telling you, it cannot canvass the position that she has because of the institution she has served all her life, and then also gain credibility for, ultimately heading.
So there is something called collective responsibility. She's a member of the Council of State. Are you with me? If you are a member of Council of State, took part in the consultation, and you didn't even vote, you abstained. That shows how insincere she is. If she really believed that indeed what was happening was wrong, she would have voted no. Abstinence does not mean you do not agree. Abstinence could be you agree, but you don't want to hurt the feelings of the person affected because, as it were, both of you went to secondary school, Wesley girls. And so, old guysism, that could be you have occupied the position before. I am also, she has also occupied the position, and so I don't want to offend the position. Because she's a woman, feminist. What's the feminist action or what?
Feminism.
Feminism. That is understood, but you cannot shortchange your position as a member of the Council of State for this. So I'm going to petition. And let's test the laws of the land. So that is what I will say in the interim. Now, let's come back. Roland, it's good that you are not dead. I'm not dead. You were right here. You were the one asking us the questions, me and then Zato and other panelists. about this Chief Justice. You remember my position right from the beginning. When I saw the 20 little stars of the MPP who were misleading this woman, I said, no, if for nothing that came from the womb of a woman, I will not allow her to be misled. She thought some of us were against her.
What do you mean by she was being misled?
Right from the beginning, the evidence suggested that she has misbehaved. Are we not talking about 337,000 Ghana cedis being per diems and so on, given to the daughter and the husband? What else do you need? In any case, Article 146 says that a justice of the Superior Court, mind you, a justice of the Superior Court or a chairman of the regional tribunal shall not be removed from office except for what? Stated misbehavior. On what basis was she removed? And those lawyers that want to throw dust into people's eyes. No semantics.
Well, so Kufu says that it's trivial.
Which one is the trivia? That our 337,000 was dissipated just like that is trivia. Somebody, you know, somebody is in jail because of 10 cities. They have been jailing people. They shouldn't annoy the people of this country. You know the ordeal we go through in the hands of these judges? When you go to court, they are like gauze. Even when your phone rings, you can find yourself in prison. You go and do this, and you have judges. And interesting, not Sophia Kufu alone. Nene Megache also came down. How much is it? Are you kidding me?
Well, it's for the institution. The institution of the Chief Justice.
Which institution of the Chief Justice?
The office of the Chief Justice.
So that office makes her a saint. She must be above all this. She must, in fact, we must not hear of misappropriation of even a city. A city. Let alone what? 337,000. And they don't know shame. They are going about defending this. If I were her, I would stop this. The only thing she has succeeded in doing is to always occupy our televisions. And we'll be discussing it. That is all to it.
What do you think that she could have done? You claim that of course, we're sitting here, you were claiming that you were advising her at the time.
She disgraced two prominent people in this country.
What was the intention?
She disgraced two people of this country when the matter got heated. Two elderly men, prominent people in this country, and for now, I don't have their permissions to mention their names.
You would have?
I would have. I don't have. For strange reasons, I'll hold on. They intervene. That, look, resign amicably and go. All that she's doing is about bread and butter. Her entitlement is what she's fighting for. Nothing else, nothing more. How can you be removed as the Chief Justice and still think that you want to be on the bench? You have been removed as a Chief Justice and you were only a Chief Justice by virtue of being on the bench. And you say still you want to be a judge at the Supreme Court. And how do you even cooperate or work with the people that you have bastardized their integrity? Is she not going to be destructive? So she knows she's gone, but she has to put up a fight so that there will be some sympathies for her to get a sympathy. That's why she went to the ECOWAS court. Have you forgotten? ECOWAS court, she is demanding $10 million. Now we hear about Machiavellian rule, Machiavellian. What is this? Can you explain to us where the Machiavellian is coming from? Now, I'm not asking.
Put off their mic. Hold on.
No.
Please.
I have taken it back. I don't want you to come in.
It's okay.
Yes.
Sometimes comments are made in rhetoric. So
why do you want to take advantage of this?
In order for us to maintain the sanity of the discussion on the table. So when rhetorics are made or rhetorical comments are made, let's make sure they stay at that. Dr. Joshua Jabuntiezat, do I have your cooperation?
Yes.
Very good. Please continue.
I hope you cooperate. And so, there is nothing semblance of Machiavellianism or whatever in this matter.
Machiavellian?
Machiavellian.
It was well planned.
Who planned it?
Orchestrated.
First of all,
calculated.
The first petition went to the president during the turn of Nana Akufo-Addo. Remember Professor Kwankwaza?
That's right.
He catalogued a number of issues, including unilaterally appointing judges to the Supreme Court bench and nominating. The president did not see it credible to refer them or establish a prima facie case, so it was dismissed. In fact, President Akufo-Addo was more concerned about why Professor Kwankwaza allowed the petition to leak. And he was even scanning through the laws of this land to imprison him. That was his pleasure. Now, Daniel Ofori, together with us, now we are talking about Daniel Ofori, goes to petitions and the matter is referred to the Council of State, a prima facie case is established, a committee is formed, the Chief Justice or the removed Chief Justice appeared before that committee with her lawyers, 4 lawyers, calls a lot of witnesses, presents evidence, and at the end of the case, it was established that yes, you traveled with your daughter and your husband when they were not supposed to be part of it. You were supposed to go with your security. A mere poor security man who will get a visa in his passport, receive per year. You denied that security man. You denied him, and you are talking about being treated unfairly. No, excuse our French. If you are gone, you are gone. People must manner. You see, truth is a bitter pill, but when you serve it, you are okay. Nobody must play the emotional cards. Today, you see people showing she is praying. Hey, we have seen things. So Roland, the case that have been sent to the High Court is nothing short of a joke. I don't know why the attorney, he has to waste his time to even go to the Supreme Court, because it's already determined. If you read the judgment, it is there, white, black and white, and the analogy people gave that how can you be removed? I think it was Fred that gave, removed as a headmaster and still think that you are a teacher. You have been removed as a headmaster, so let me be a teacher. When you know very well that the only reason that you can be removed as a Chief Justice is misbehavior, incompetence, or infirmity. Based on what was she removed? Was it not a misbehavior? What can you use to remove a justice of the Supreme Court? Is it not misbehavior? So is there a different misbehavior for a Chief Justice or a different misbehavior for a justice? So she is a goner. We got to move on, and I want to congratulate the newly appointed Chief Justice. He must go there very...
He's been nominated.
Nominated. Oh, he will go through. I mean, it's a travesty of justice. The senior most, Bafuboni, because he did not side with the MPP in the 2012, what do you call it? Election petition. Somebody thought that he was anti-MPP. When he was doing his bidding for the people of this country, every judge must bear in mind that they are serving the people of this country and not the shrimps and caprices of political parties.
Justice Paul Bafuboni.
Yes, he has to be treated that way. And it's painful that you will spend only a year as